him before, so he might just try the same jokes. You wouldn't even know. Keep it going for Eric Grove, everybody.
Dude, I started doing drugs young, like 14. I was a meth addict by 16, but it's true shit. But I love coke. I did. I grew up with the essays with the Mexicanos, so we would be out there and we'd be out there and we'd be drinking and we'd be listening to the music, and my buddy's dad he'd be so drunk that he'd just be dropping whole chunks of coke on the ground. I'd be like 15 and me and my buddy would go chop them up, and you listen to the music. But when you find out that a lot of those Mexican songs like that, the Spanish songs, are about like cartel, like they're like cartel love notes, like stories, like about great cartel heroes and shit. So, fun fact, but yeah, I like coke. I have to say this. Has anybody ever told you look like Gary Oldman? I was sitting over there and I was like, Gary Oldman is such a good actor. This guy could really be Gary Oldman. And then pop out and then the film cameras come out. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in fucking whatever movie, Gary Oldman. What's your favorite Gary Oldman? Oh, it is. You're right. The guy with the shaved head with the mohawk. Yeah. True Romance, where he plays the drug dealer.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
True Romance. I try to show my wife kick-ass movies like that, but the problem is she doesn't respect the movie as an art. And we get halfway through and she's like, oh my God, I'm bored. I'm like, excuse me? This is True Romance here. This is she booed Reservoir Dogs, you guys. Do you know what that means? You don't like Reservoir Dogs?
Favorite.
Yes. I'm fucking dying here, man. Right. You're gonna make it. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Gary Oldman, that's wild. He played Dracula. He's probably the sexiest Dracula we ever had. Would you agree?
Ow!
Yeah. I mean, Bela Lugosi, but I mean. So let's see here, guys. So I'm gonna do some fucking kind of gross material here, okay? This is gonna kind of. So you guys know what edging is? Would you like to explain what edging is? Okay, I'll explain to you what edging is. Okay? So edging is this really, really fun idea where guys get to the point where they're about to come. One would say the cusp point of coming, the cum cusp, right? And then guess what they do? They don't come. Exactly! That's, yes, yeah. So, edging is a new thing the kids are doing. They're sitting in class and edging, so.
Oh.
It's terrible. But hear me out here, right? Edging is lame. I just told you what it is. It sounds lame, right? So now hear me out. Edging sounds like it was made by a woman.
It sounds like it's made by a man.
Really?
Yeah.
It sounds like a woman's idea because, like, you know, I could just hear this, like, yeah. Could you imagine when we have sex? Like, yeah, we're going to have sex.
Alright, babe.
Right,
Alright, Norman.
Norman, do I look like him a little bit?
Maybe a little bit.
Do you remember when they came out with that Bates Hotel show?
Yeah.
Do you remember that actor and he did The Good Doctor?
Yeah.
He said, I have a bad brain, I'm smart. I like medical stuff and life. Remember that? Oh, I fucking hated that show. I'm not into medical shows. So what are we talking about here? Edging is lame, and I think your kind made it up. Is what because it's a woman's idea. So I challenged my wife. She had the audacity, I'll say, to say something like that, right? Right. I'm sorry. But I told her, I was like, look, okay, I'm going to do this, but then next time you go into Target, check it out, don't buy anything. And then she was like, all right, come immediately. And then I came. Touche. So I'm going to try this one out. So growing up, every dad has their thing, right? Like some dads are like fishing, some dads are like hunting, and some dads are like sporty, right? So my dad was really into preventing child kidnapping and child trafficking. It was this whole thing, you know, like a lot of camo. We used to buy mugs that would say like, world's greatest non-molestation dad. Yeah, it was a lot not to put on a mug, but we did it, right? So, some weekends, we would have like anti-rape seminars with me and my family in the backyard. Like my mom would be on the side, like Bill Belichick coaching us, like handing out oranges and Gatorade. And my dad would sit us down and he'd be like, all right, look, anybody comes up to you and tries to take you. This is real shit. This is what he told me growing up. He said you kick them and you yell and scream, you're not my dad. You're not my dad. I still use that strategy to this day. That's how I But, and then in a serious note, my dad did teach me the ancient art of Greco-Roman wrestling. You guys know what that is? Yeah. Well, I am a master of the art of Greco-Roman wrestling, but the problem is as a defensive strategy, it doesn't work because you have to get in the starting position. So I wind up getting my ass kicked a lot, you know. When you start out a fight, and you get on all fours, like, put it here, bud, get down, get in there. Yeah, I get my ass kicked a lot. I did grow up in a trailer court. I'm gonna leave you with this. So I did drugs. I went through Teen Challenge. You guys know what Teen Challenge is? 16th in Portland. Yeah, it's a 16-month Bible prison, right? So basically, you go to prison or you go there for 16 months, right? And it's basically a Bible prison, right? So this is true shit. I had this roommate named Pete. Now, do you know what Pete's pastimes were? He liked hookers and cocaine. We go back to the coke. So he liked hookers and coke. So Pete and I were laying there having pillow talk one night, right? That's what you do when you're locked up. You have pillow talk. And he said in the dead of night, it's quiet. I just hear from the other bunk. You know, I like to beat the hookers. This is true story. This is true story. And you know what I said to him? I was like, before or after, Pete? Thank you guys. Let that finish.